Okay, picking up from that report, Sir Benito, again, the country opened its borders to fully vaccinated tourists April 1. The DOT says we're close to 200,000 tourist arrivals since February. Is this something that the hotel sector is already feeling at the moment? How are hotels doing? Have you seen increased bookings and reservations?
The opening of our borders to inbound foreign tourists is certainly welcome news for the hoteliers because this has helped increase hotel room occupancy and of course improve our revenues across the different operating areas of the hotels. Based on the report of the Department of Tourism, there have been 186,000 foreign tourists who entered the country between February 10 and April 4. So this is good news. And perhaps to put things in perspective, this is already a slight increase over the 164,000 foreign tourists that we registered in 2021. So can you just imagine for the whole year of 2021, 164,000, and for the period February 10 to April 4, we already recorded 186,000. But I think it's also important to manage expectations. Before the pandemic, we were doing about 22,500 foreign tourists a day. Right now, we're averaging about 3,500. Certainly, there's still a long way to go, but we're already seeing signs of recovery, and this is good for the hotel industry.
Sir, how do we compare with other destinations? Now the world has reopened, so it's not just the Philippines that's not an option. That's an option to tourism here. And how do we compare when it comes to openness, quarantine, ease of being able to travel here, amount of flights, and also, sir, to what extent does the policies of China, that is still zero COVID, affecting or impacting what you were hoping to be a recovery year?
There was a webinar organized by the ASEAN Secretariat out of Jakarta just a few weeks ago. And they compared the travel restrictions, the inbound travel restrictions among the member states. And the good news is that the Philippines is among a handful of member states that have opened up already to foreign tourists. If I remember correctly, they also mentioned Cambodia, Indonesia, and Malaysia. So Philippines would be among the few that have opened up. So we're fairly competitive, quite attractive. The challenge is to make sure that we bring back the flight capacities and the frequencies to pre-pandemic levels. Of course, what we're really waiting for is the influx of tourists coming from our major markets, particularly Korea, China, and Japan, which collectively make up for about 50% of all inbound tourists. In the report that was shared to me yesterday by our partners from Cebu, they were saying that there's already a lot of Westerners, particularly from US and Europe, who are patronizing or not going back to the different resort destinations. But clearly, the bread and butter of many of these properties would be the Northeast Asian market.